All right, so over the years, there's been something called getting stuck with your elbow. Okay, so a stuck elbow in the golf swing, or being stuck, people call it, is like this. This guy is stuck because his elbow is trailing his hips instead of his elbow getting in front of his hip, which I'm going to talk about in just a moment. So that's considered, we call this position in golf the stuck position. Now, something interesting with Tiger Woods and Butch Harmon, watch this. Tiger Woods, Butch Harmon, 2 of 7. Right here, you're going to see, listen to this.
So he's really worked out and got stronger, and that's allowed you to do the things in your swing that you worked on. Let's take a set up here, and we'll talk a little bit about your takeaway. We're just trying to get the club what you feel is a little earlier wrist set. And the key here is just to keep the right arm higher than the left. So many people get this club as you did when you were younger, tucked in on the inside. And then when you go to the top of your swing, probably the biggest change that Tiger's made is he's really tried to get his hands in front of himself coming down. In other words, arms in front of the body, where the club used to lay down somehow. In your old swing, when you used to get stuck. Yeah.
That's the stuck position that he's going there. So what's interesting about what Butch said here, listen, not that part, right? Arms in front of the body. Now that sounds like sacrilegious if you're a serious golfer, because you're like, wait, what? Arms in front of the body? I thought my hips were supposed to go first. Because they've proven with the kinematic sequence that the lower body does go before everything else. But the question is whether you have to think of the lower body going first, or if it just automatically does that if things go in the right order. Right. Meaning, as I'm thinking about my elbow, my hip's actually leading, but I just don't know it. Right. Because I'm thinking about my elbow. Right. You see what I'm saying? And so that's kind of what's going on here. Now, Tiger Woods, like he said, when he did the Olay swing, stuck. Hips too fast, club stuck behind. So there's a certain speed that the hips should be moving, and the hips can go too fast or too slow. Most people have problems with too slow of hips, where I'm having them try to clear their hips. Your hips are moving too fast, okay? Now, a drill that I saw with Luke Donald, like I said, I was at Wing, or actually, you know what I think it was? I think it was the 2002 or 2003 U.S. Open I was at. If you stand over here, it was at Winged Foot. We could look it up. But basically, Luke Donald's there at the range, and he's doing one of these. He's got the stick through his belt loop, and you're like, everyone's like watching him like he looks sort of like an eyesore. You know, everyone was watching him. You know, I was too, and I was like, what's he doing? Right? And he was hitting balls like this, and it didn't seem to bother him at all because he was hitting them perfect with this like this, right? And so as you'll see here in just a second, oh, it didn't register because you're standing in front of the box. Sorry. Let me do it again for you. You see how I was able to swing no problem with this here, right? Now, if I go to the top and my hips went too fast, what's going to happen? I'm going to rip my pant loops out. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. And so basically this helps you get the correct sequencing down. Because you can see I'm dropping my arms before my hips rotate. Because if my hips rotate too fast, what's going to happen? I'm going to hit the club on the stick, and then my pants will fly off. I'm just kidding. That was supposed to be funny. Is that funny or no? All right, so look. Let's watch the replay of what I just did here, right? And so, no, I don't think it would be good, though. I think you could get injured. So you may want to go slower at first with this, but basically, you'll see I take it back, straight back and up, no sway. And then see right here, look how quickly my elbow comes down and in here.
Yeah.
Right? Why am I doing that? Well, I better, because if I'm not quick about that elbow, what's going to happen? My club's going to be late, and the stick's going to go before my club, and then my hands and my club are going to hit the stick instead of getting through the ball, right? Let's look at this in comparison to what you were doing with your sequencing next here. So here we are at the top. All right, now let's watch in the downswing what happens here. Okay, so right there, let's see, look how far your hip's gone. So your hip is all the way out past the line at this moment. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Now look, when I'm at this same spot, look where my elbow is compared to my hip.
Yeah.
So see in this picture on the right, your hips have overshot the mark, like Tiger said when he would do the Olay swing. He calls it the Olay swing. Where my hips are being more patient and quiet to start the downswing, you could say, okay? Now, because of that, what happens, my elbow can get in and there's no white space, where again, look, see how far ahead your hips are compared to mine.
Yeah.
So the whole thing here is getting the timing of the hips. I'm going to give you one more analogy in a moment that comes from Jimmy Ballard.